In this video, we're going to improve the HUD script so that it removes the score and health from all of the menus. So at the moment, if you go to any of the menus, the start menu, the you die menu, the you win menu, they've always got the points shown there, and that might be something you don't want actually. So I'm going to show you how to remove the score and remove the health so that they don't show there. And also, if you want to restart the game, at the moment, it will reset your health and your score to what they currently are. So I'm going to show you how to reset them so you can actually restart the game and have another go. Now I've gone ahead of time and already done this script just to kind of make sure that it's correct and make sure that it works fully. So what I'm going to do is open up the HUD, and nothing's changed here. So we've got the score and we've got the health, and then if we head on over to the scripts menu, we can actually click on the HUD script. We can also do that by double clicking here. Now some of this stuff's hidden, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this button here so that it goes into full screen mode, and then we can see what's actually happening. So the first thing that I've added here is this function process. Now what function process does is every time a new scene is loaded, it will actually load this script. It will rerun this script just to see if the messages for score and for health actually show up. So the first thing is it just basically says you should always show the score and the health. Okay, this is what this says. So get the node and then hit the show button. Now this one says show brackets. If we go back to the 2D menu, it's actually this little button here. So it's actually activating or deactivating this. So that's show and that's hide. Okay, so that's what we're actually controlling. So by saying find this node, so it went off and it found that the node of score, which is the label, and then it says .show. Now there's also a condition here. So the first condition is if we're on a certain menu. So if the current menu or if the current scene has the name main menu, then you need to do something else, and what you need to do is hide it. So initially it will when it loads the scene, it will show, and then once it works out that it's the main menu, it will then hide, and this all happens within a split second. So you'll never see any of this actually happening, but that's the order of events. And then I've also set up the same condition for the you win menu and the you lose menu. And it's important to note here that this name convention is actually what I've called the scene. So once again, if we head on back over, you'll notice that we have a you lose menu, a you win menu, and then we have a main menu, all of which are shown up here. So it has to be spelled exactly the same as what you have it, including capital letters, otherwise it won't work. So I'll let you guys get that in. There is one other thing. On my Mac, the computer I'm currently working on, I have to spell the HUD as HUD, but you'll notice that up here, this is the node that this HUD is referring to. It's actually capital H, capital U, capital D. Now the Windows machines at school, you actually do have to say HUD, okay? So just keep that in mind. All of these have to be capitals, otherwise it won't work. I'm not sure the reason for that. I haven't kind of found that out, but it does seem to be a glitch. It's either something that I've done on my machine or it's a Mac specific thing. I'm not 100% sure actually. I've checked a whole bunch of things and I couldn't find it, but just be aware of that. That does, if you're on a Windows machine or other machine, that does have to be exactly the same as this. But for some reason for mine, it won't recognize the uppercase U and the uppercase D for some reason. Okay, so let's just see that in action. So if we save this scene and then we go to the main menu and then I press run. Now what you should see is we're on the main menu and there's no score, there's no health displaying here. So when I go to the start menu, you'll notice that now they turn up, and it should be the same. If I navigate through to level 2, what you should see is that is exactly the same, and it shows up on there. So let me just do that quickly. Okay. And you can also do it, let me just test it with the death as well. So when we die, you should see that the score actually disappears. Okay, so you notice now that it doesn't have that. Okay, so that works absolutely fine. And that is literally just this bit of code here. So this function process, that's what's controlling, showing and hiding the actual score and health buttons. Now, if we die, we need to reset, okay? So down here, I've actually added four new lines of code. So this is all the same as last lesson. It's just these last 4 lines of code that I've added. And what this does is, if you die, or if your health is lower than 0, you're going to go off to the You Lose menu. Now, before it goes off to the You Lose menu, we're going to reset the score. Now, this should be 0, but for some reason, if I set this to 0, every time I restart, it goes to -5, and I haven't quite worked that out yet. So to get the right result, I've just set the score to 5, and that kind of fixes that. And then I've reset the health to 3, which is the starting value. And then I've updated the labels in these 2 lines of code with those two values, okay? Once again, if I get a solution for why it's doing that, I'll post it. The only thing I can think of is it's something to do with this line of code here in the enemy scripts, but for the life of me, I just can't kind of put my finger on why it does that when it resets. So it's just those 4 lines of code. Make sure they are indented inside of this if block. So you only want this block to execute if the health is less than or equal to 0, okay? So let me show you how that works. So if we go back to the main menu, which is the one we was already on, and let's just press the play button, and let's just grab some points. So we're going to get like 15 points, and then we're going to die. Actually, I need 5 more points in order for this to work. There we go, we've got 20 points now. And there we go. So once again, the actual score and health has disappeared. If we click on the main menu and then we start again, you'll notice that we're back to the beginning. Now if I roll over here, okay, and once again done. So I just want to check something actually. It's because I rolled over that one first. Yeah, there we go. So that gives me 10 points. That gives me 5 points. Okay. So if I go over that gem, I should have 20. Yeah, we go. So that works absolutely perfect. Fantastic. Okay, so get those bits of code in. I will do a screenshot so you have those code in the Google Classroom as well. But it's just from line 3 to 18 that's new, and from line 35 to 38 that's new.